What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Scyushi and we are back again some more Genshin Impact. And yep, that's right, we're going to be talking about the new Ascension material that is required to ascend the 5-star character, which is currently not in the game just yet, Kazuha, who is going to end up arriving July 29th. So the Golden Arpeggio Islands ended up opening up today, to my very, very happy surprise. Everything is available, all of it. The entire freaking area is all here to explore. I ended up actually exploring the entire thing in about 4 hours, got everything done. So that stream you guys can end up expecting today once it's finished processing. But we're going to be talking about the plant itself. So the plant that you're going to get for Kazuha is going to end up being the Sea Ganoderma, which is a flower that is only available in this area for a limited time before it more than likely gets moved into Inazuma, which is going to end up being the next update. Now, the other Ascension material I want to let you guys know is over on that island. There's going to end up being a new boss that's going to show up called the Maguu Kenki. That's going to be the other Ascension material that we'll need for Kazuha, but at the time that I'm recording this, the boss is going to unlock in 3 days. I know it says 2 days, but you always got to add one extra day because the game doesn't count 1 day as 24 hours until it's actually at the last day. So Samurai Sighted 2 Arms is going to be the quest line related to the Maguu Kenki. Anyways, we're going to be going at these islands all in just specific random order, whatever. I'll make sure to put timestamps so you guys can skip to whatever parts that you want. But just because we're here, let's start with Pudding Island. Just before we get started though, I gotta let you guys know that plants in Genshin will have a 72 hours before they end up respawning. And I did grab all of my Sea Ganoderma plants, so today you're kind of just gonna have to trust me when I say, oh, there's X amount of them here or here or here. I did mark all of them though, so you guys can end up kind of seeing where they're all at. So Pudding Island is going to basically be the first island that you'll end up spawning on, or at least it was the first island I started with the whole area when it ended up opening up. And you'll end up finding a bunch of the Sea Ganoderma right back here in these rocks. There's actually going to end up being 4 of them. And then if we continue on further to the back of this island, you'll end up seeing a bunch of them here along the coastline. There's going to end up being 2 here and then 1 in this other location. So you'll find 2 of them over here and then 1 I think was over by this rock. Now, we were back down there, but we're going to be moving over to this gigantic spire right here. The one thing that's cool about these plants is because they're technically a water plant, it means that you're never going to find them on the islands on top of anything. You're just going to end up finding them back down here and stuff all along the rocks and stuff like that. So there was a bunch of them here. That's going to end up being 2 of them here. And then there's going to end up being 1 over there, kind of where this shipwreck area, well, not necessarily over there, sorry, it's actually right around here over in these rocks. And then there actually was a few of them kind of around here that you could end up grabbing as well. I think there might have been some over in these rocks, but I'm not entirely sure. The amount down here was just 1 by 1, so just 1, that's it. And then just a little bit further off the coast, you're gonna notice that electric rock over there, but there is going to end up being another one just chilling right over here. So another quick tip you guys might want to keep in mind is obviously it'll be most easy for you to just go to the islands that have fast travel points and then just gather the Sea Ganoderma there. But if you do have to use your boat at any time, you can always jump out of your boat and then get right back in, and that's going to replenish all of the stamina of the boat itself. So anyways, over here, there was going to end up being a bunch of them just around these rocks. And a little bit over there, kind of around the ore and junk like that. There was going to be 3 and 4 total. And technically speaking, we're going to consider this a part of Pudding Island. So I'm going to keep it within the timestamp of Pudding Island. So now moving over to Minacious Island. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly or not. But there's going to end up being some of the Sea Ganoderma around this coastline here. There's going to end up being 2 in this location, and then a little bit to the further south there's just going to be 1, which I think was just right here. I don't have these like 100% accurate, but if you wander around these areas that I've marked, you'll be able to see it. And then if we head to the bottom right of the island, there's going to end up being some more over here, kind of by this little food cooking spot. There's actually going to end up being 3 of them just chilling right here. Now, even though this is technically beside the Minacious island or whatever, it's far enough out that I'll probably end up having a separate timestamp for this. I will let you guys know that the Whirlpool does contain a secret when you go over here, just so that you don't end up missing any of the goodies that's chilling around here. But there was a Sea Ganoderma, I think, on this side or this side of the wall. I'm not specifically sure where, but there was 2 of them. Now, the giant bubble, you absolutely cannot miss. As far as I know, there's no way to open the bubble right now because it's something that's going to end up coming into play a little bit later. I could be wrong, though. I'm not exactly sure because I haven't explored it just yet. But there's going to end up being another Sea Ganoderma somewhere around here, I think. There's going to actually be 2 of them. So now moving on to the Broken Isle, there's quite a few of them around here as well, but not really as much as you would think. The interesting thing too is that there's actually none of them around the Maguu Kenki boss, but anyways, we'll continue onward here. So we're gonna head towards the top left spire right here, and as usual, around all these little rocks and stuff is where you're going to end up finding them, and there was 2 in this location. So now I just fast traveled back up so that we could jump into the opposite direction, because basically right down here where all these rocks are, there's going to end up being some more. That's going to end up being another 2. And then moving along the right side of the island around these rocks over here, there's going to end up being another 1 on its own. And then heading a little bit more north around this area where the river ends up coming out, there's going to end up being another 1. So now we're actually up over at I don't know what I'll call this one. I know that there is a quest tied to this island, so maybe I'll put that in the timestamp, but I gotta confirm what the actual name of it was. The funny thing is that the game actually considers this another part of the Broken Isle, so maybe we'll just go with that, and I'll say like the North Island and then South Island or something. I don't know. Anyways, you're going to end up seeing a big boy chest in the middle over there, and then around these rocks right here, there's going to end up being more Sea Ganodermas. There's going to be 3 of them, and then as we head over towards this river right here, you're going to end up finding some more as well. That's the chest, and then over there is the fast travel point, just for reference for you guys. But there's going to be another 3. So now we're actually at the Twinning Isle, but we're kind of coming at it from the left island first. There is going to end up being a Sea Ganoderma, I think around that ship right there. Is where there was actually 2 of them. And then moving a little bit more further up the island, around these rocks, there was a few more of them. So, actually just 1 of them. And then kind of around all of this wreckage and junk and rocks and stuff, there was actually going to end up being a few more. So there's 2 and 1, so 3 of them in total. So I actually went a little bit inland just so that I could show you guys kind of the good starting point. Somewhere around here, there was 3 more Sea Ganodermas. And then we'll kind of continue along the coastline to get the rest of them. So just over in these rocks right here, there was an additional 2. And over in these rocks by the Harpasticin or volleyball puzzle, whatever you want to call it, there was actually 4 of them just chilling right here. A little further up the coast, I think there was just 1 right here. And then over by these rocks, there was another 1 on its own as well. And then the rightmost spire of the Twin Isles, there was actually a bunch of them down here over in these rocks and just along the coast. There was going to end up being 1, 2. And that about does it, ladies and gentlemen. So I can end up doing some more videos on some of the other little more obscure puzzles and stuff like that, but I really wanted to rush this one out to you guys just because, I mean, as you may or may not know, I'm super duper excited for Kazuha. So as soon as his materials were available, I just started grinding them all out and got them all as soon as possible. The only thing that's left is the Maguu Kenki, which is going to show up in a couple days, and I'll definitely end up streaming fighting him over and over and over again until I end up having the appropriate amount of resources so that I can fully ascend Kazuha day 1. So you guys can subscribe for that if you haven't already. But otherwise, that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video and hope you found it helpful. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and otherwise have yourselves a fantastic day.